Good morning, Senator. So you have a new book out today, and it's called Unfettered. And it's a very candid memoir that covers everything from your journey into public service, your Senate race against Dr. Oz, your marriage to the wonderful Giselle, and kids, and your life-threatening stroke and struggles with depression. Why did you want to tell your story?
Well, because I think it's an important conversation to have. I know millions of Americans suffer from depression, and a lot of that part is very counterintuitive. After winning the biggest election in my cycle, and now, that's actually when depression really took control in my life. And then the really, really bad part of depression is the conversation you start to have with yourself to take yourself out. And that's another important conversation to have, especially on Veterans Day. 18 veterans take their lives every day. And that's an important conversation. And that's why I try to describe to people that I beg people, stay in this game for those that are struggling with depression, regardless of what the kinds of resources and support you have in your life. The one thing you can guarantee is to promise to stay in that game. Because it's very counterintuitive. My emergency brake was my kids, and I realized that I can't be the legacy to cancel myself in that way, and that saved my life. And sharing about that story is me as the gratitude that I'm to be here is like to pay it forward. And I've had this conversation with members of Congress, with strangers that have reached out, and some that have described that those kinds of message has really saved our life. So for me, I'm going to continue to have this conversation so long as people want to hear it. And that's why I'm grateful to be here, especially after medically dying after that stroke.
Senator, we wanted to check in on how you're feeling today, because as you speak of depression, as someone that's also had mental health struggles, I know it ebbs and flows. I'd love to know how you're doing today and what you want people to learn from your struggles.
What I would learn from the struggle is like I'm lucky enough to be really free of most of that in the middle of all of this flux. For me, it's like I'm so grateful to feel great. But I understand what millions of people, even some people might be watching now, that are in that same dark place. And I'm trying to tell people. And 3 years ago, I couldn't get out of bed. And I started to have the darkest conversation anyone can have about taking yourself out. So for me, like that's the kind of the core message of that book. And I've actually dedicated the book to all those people that are having this kind of struggle. And yes, I know it may not be a big political winner to talk about these things, but I do think it's an important one to have because a lot of people are suffering and may not able to talk about it. And now, even if someone that elected as a U.S. Senator, just like what happened to that young man that played for the Dallas Cowboys, right after his first touchdown, and he shot himself. Yeah. I've had people touch my life that way with suicide, and it's heartbreaking, and you can't come back from it. Yeah. So you will get better. Stay in the game.
The women in the View talk with Senator Fetterman. He tell us why he opened up in a new memo. He wrote a book Unfettered where he discussed his life-threatening stroke and struggle with depression. I think it's an important conversation to have. You get better stay in the game. This thing, depression. The senator wrote a book and just opened about his own depression. Although he has he won, but yet because of that depression, after that, he had a stroke. It was not easy for him. So, but a lot of people were very happy, even in the Congress with him open, because a lot of people are having depression. You know how they win. A lot of people have a lot of stuff in them that they have kept. That's why I say, don't worry, just let everything out. If you keep worried, then you're going to have depression, you're going to collapse, you're going to paralyze, certain things are going to happen to you. But if you just let yourself out, don't worry, things will happen, just let it out, Take life, what you cannot change, let it be. What you don't have the power to change, let that be. Do not worry about yourself. Worry. Depression is real. A lot of people are having depression. He was just saying that you see people smiling, you see people laughing, you think they have those who win, they are won. A lot of people are dying with that depression. So he was just giving advice for people about his own life, about the depression he faces, about what happened to him. So if you don't have, you have to have, you need to let everything out. Don't be depressed, don't have everything, just let it out and be out, and everything is going to work out well. Do you believe in that? Let me see your own suggestion that you have about it. What's your own life experience about depression? What has depression taught you? I know, as for me, I can see that I have a physically challenged scoliosis, which is a curve in my spine. Growing up as a child, I put on brace on my leg, which was heavier than me 3 times. It was very challenging because that brace was heavy. I fall many times, uncountable times. My limbs were weak, so without that brace, even I'll fall. Sometimes with the brace, I'll fall. In my young adult, I fall. So I want to say, like for 5 years, I did not look at the mirror. I guess that's depression, but I did not know. We just go, we didn't know what they call depression. Do you depressed? You don't even know that you're depressed. So that was depression for me, not to look my face in the mirror for 5 years. I refused as a young girl. Actually, most people want to look how they look, they're beautiful. Mirror was sometimes most young adults, even teenagers, girls always have it, they want to look at their face. But with mine, it was different. I didn't want to look because I guess that was depression, as I said. So after that time I got delivered, I would say I've never worried about it again. I just want to be happy. I start smiling. I start just getting happy. To anything I know I cannot change, I don't worry about it. I just let life give me the best out of it. So you can decide to know my situation does not depend how happy I am. My situation does not trigger my happiness or my sadness. I decided myself. So that helped me to go back from depression. What do you think? And the word of God taught. I'm a Christian, so I read my Bible and I pray. That's a great therapy. The word of God is going to take it out of you. Let me see, what do you think about that? Give me your own opinion in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and share the video. God bless you. Thank you very much for watching. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and share the video. God bless you. Thank you very much for watching. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and share the video. God bless you. Thank you very much for watching. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and share the video. God bless you. Thank you very much for watching. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and share the video. God bless you.